Did you know that Japan has more than 100,000 people over the age of 100? Yes, that's right. And proportionally, it's the country with the highest number of centenarians per capita in the world. Now think for a moment. How is it possible that an entire nation has so many elderly people living so long and with such good health, while in other countries, like the United States, the scenario is completely different? There, billions of dollars are spent every year on gyms, supplements, and fitness apps, yet chronic illnesses, joint pain, and cognitive decline still affect most people after age 50. So the question arises, what are the Japanese doing differently? The answer goes far beyond sushi, green tea, or genetics. When researchers from universities like Harvard and Stanford decided to study the oldest Japanese people, some over 100 years old, still sharp, active, and independent, they expected to find a miracle diet or some kind of exotic exercise. But what they discovered was something much simpler and at the same time, deeply powerful. The secret wasn't in rare foods or gym routines, it was hidden in 6 daily movements, so simple that many Western doctors initially considered them too basic to make a difference. But brain scans, balance tests, and mobility studies showed the exact opposite. These 6 movements were capable of rejuvenating joints, activating the brain, and significantly increasing longevity. And here comes the most surprising fact. Just one of these movements, done for 2 minutes a day, was associated with up to 7 additional years of life. 7 more years, no medication, no gym equipment, no miracle diets. If you're over 50 and starting to feel stiffness in your knees, slower reflexes, or the occasional memory lapse, know that you're about to discover 6 simple, science-backed movement habits that can completely change the way your body and mind age. These are the movements practiced daily by Japanese elders. People who, even at 80, 90, or 100 years old, still walk on their own, climb stairs, maintain balance with ease, and retain impressive mental clarity. And the best part, they don't require a gym, don't cause pain, and can be done at home in just a few minutes a day. Before we continue, I have a simple invitation for you. Write your name and where you're watching from in the comments. Just like the Japanese do, let's create a community of people who care for their body and mind with purpose. Now let's go to the first movement. Number 1, slow walking. Sampo, the ritual of calm and strength. Have you ever heard the Japanese term Sampo? It means something like leisurely walk, but it's actually much more than that. For the Japanese, Sampo is a form of moving meditation, a slow, mindful walk that reconnects the body, mind, and breath. While in the West, people go on fast-paced walks to burn calories, wearing headphones and rushing to complete miles, the Japanese walk slowly, in silence, with focused eyes and controlled breathing. The rule is simple. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, and exhale for 4 steps. This rhythm creates a natural harmony between the heart and the nervous system, something modern science is only beginning to understand. Research shows that slow, mindful walking with controlled breathing lowers blood pressure, improves brain oxygenation, and balances the autonomic nervous system. A 10-year study from Kyoto University revealed that seniors who practiced Sampo daily had 62% less arterial stiffness and walked with the lightness and stability of people 20 years younger. This happens because slow, mindful walking activates all 33 joint points in each foot, something rushed walking doesn't do. With every step, the body sends small nerve signals to the brain, updating balance and spatial awareness, functions that tend to decline with age. It's as if the brain is relearning how to stay balanced. It's no wonder that Japanese seniors rarely trip or lose balance, even at an advanced age. Want to try it? Start with just 10 minutes a day, preferably on natural ground like grass, dirt, or sand, which activate more stabilizing muscles. Walk slowly, feeling your feet connect with the ground and controlling your breath. You'll notice it's not just a walk, it's a full body and mind training session. Contrary to what many believe, walking slowly isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of control. It's a way to reconnect the physical body with the inner rhythm of life. This is the first movement and perhaps the most transformative because it teaches the body to slow down while strengthening balance, breathing, and mental presence. Imagine a simple 3-minute routine done by busy executives, school children in uniform, and 90-year-olds in the park. Everyone moving together with lightness, smiles, and a rhythm that feels almost poetic. There's no rush, no competition, no sweat. Just movement, breath, and presence. Now think for a moment. What if you started your day this way too? 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes that could completely change how your body wakes up, how your joints respond, and even how your mood stays balanced throughout the day. Radio Taiso isn't just stretching. It's a way of lubricating life. It consists of 13 gentle movements, including arm circles, side bends, trunk rotations, knee lifts, and controlled stretches, all synchronized with breathing. It's so light it feels like dancing, yet so effective that science has already proven its impact. In studies with over 8,000 elderly participants, those who practiced Radio Taiso daily had 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and even better hip and shoulder mobility, even at age 80. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or 80 years old, these few minutes are a daily reminder that your body is still alive and ready to respond. Remember, what makes the body rust isn't age, it's inertia. And if an entire nation starts its day moving, maybe it's time for you to start yours that way too. Now let's move on to the third movement, one of the most fascinating, and also one that surprises scientists the most. The deep squat, or as the Japanese call it, the lost human posture. If you walk through a park in Tokyo, you'll come across a curious sight. Men and women in their 70s and 80s squatting on the ground, back straight, heels flat, feet grounded, reading newspapers, chatting, or simply resting. It might seem simple, but try it now. Can you stay in a deep squat for 30 seconds? If yes, congratulations. You're part of a small minority of Western adults. If not, you're not alone. In the West, we spend so much time sitting in chairs that we've forgotten how the body was designed to rest naturally. Deep squatting, with heels flat on the floor, was how all of our ancestors cooked, gardened, or waited. It was the natural human resting posture. But today, for most people, it has become nearly impossible. And the impact is huge. Studies with over 5,000 seniors show that those who can remain in a deep squat for at least 2 minutes have a 70% lower risk of needing assistance in old age. That's because deep squatting keeps the hips open, strengthens the pelvic floor, protects the spine, and improves bladder control, all essential for independence in later life. In addition, deep squatting keeps the ankles and knees flexible, helping to prevent joint stiffness and pain when walking. It's a complete and natural exercise with no need for weights or equipment. Want to try it? Start by leaning against a wall or holding the back of a chair. Slowly lower yourself until your hips are close to the ground. If your heels don't touch the floor, place a rolled-up towel under them. What matters most is keeping your spine straight and breathing deeply. At first, hold the position for 10 to 15 seconds a few times a day. Over time, increase to 30 seconds, then to a full minute. In just a few weeks, you'll notice your body loosening up, your hips opening, and your legs getting stronger. And you know what's even more interesting? This movement isn't just for the body. It teaches patience and humility. Because when you lower yourself down, you are literally getting closer to the earth. And it's there, on the ground, that your body relearns balance, flexibility, and respect for its own limits. The Japanese understand something we've forgotten. True strength comes from softness, and youth comes from mobility. They don't squat to exercise, they squat to live. And maybe that's exactly why so many of them remain strong and independent well into their hundreds. So ask yourself, can you still rest without a chair? Can you trust your legs, your hips, your posture? If the answer is not yet, that's okay. Today can be the first step toward reclaiming that natural freedom your body once had and simply forgot. Have you ever tried standing still on one leg for 30 seconds? It might seem like a small challenge, but it can reveal a lot about your health and even how long you might live. In Japan, this exercise is so important that many doctors prescribe it as part of routine checkups. They call it the balance test of life. And there's a good reason for that. Research conducted by Fukuoka University, following over 12,000 seniors for 15 years, revealed something surprising. People who could balance on one leg for 60 seconds had 68% fewer hip fractures, 75% fewer hospitalizations from falls, and even greater gray matter volume in the brain, especially in areas related to coordination and memory. But why does something so simple have such a big impact? Because standing on one leg doesn't just involve muscles. It's a full-body exercise that activates the brain, the nervous system, the inner ear's balance system, and the stabilizing muscles of the core and hips. Every second you stay balanced, your body makes hundreds of invisible micro-adjustments, and your brain must respond in real time. It's a constant dialogue between body and mind, and science shows that this dialogue keeps neural connections alive. In other words, the more you train your balance, the younger your brain stays. Want to know what's even more fascinating? Researchers at the Mayo Clinic concluded that the ability to balance on one leg is a more reliable predictor of longevity than cholesterol or blood pressure. The Japanese often practice this movement during daily activities, like brushing their teeth or washing their face. It's a way to turn a simple habit into an exercise for longevity. And you know what's most inspiring? This small gesture of balance is actually a symbol of life. The more you practice, the more control you gain over your body and your mind. It's not about staying still, it's about learning how to stabilize yourself in the midst of life's movements. So ask yourself, can you maintain balance when everything around you seems to be in motion? Maybe this simple exercise is the first step toward regaining control. Not just of your body, but of your life energy too. Now get ready for the next one, perhaps the most powerful of all. It's a movement that Japanese scientists consider the true test of independence, the act of sitting down on the floor and standing back up. In Japan, it's not uncommon to see people in their 80s or 90s sitting on the floor, drinking tea, reading, or even watching TV. They do this because throughout their lives, they never lost the habit of sitting and standing without assistance. But in the West, this ability has almost disappeared. How often do you sit on the floor these days? Probably rarely. Or never, and that's where the problem lies. Tsukuba University conducted a study with over 10,000 people aged 50 to 80, asking them to sit down on the floor and stand up without using their hands. The result? Those who could perform the movement easily had greater leg strength, better flexibility, coordination, and, surprisingly, a lower risk of death over the following 6 years. In other words, it's a workout for both the body and the brain. Want to start practicing? Use a soft mat or a cushion. Kneel down slowly, support yourself with your hands if needed, and then try to stand up using as little support as possible. Do it slowly, with control, and take deep breaths throughout the movement. At first, it may feel difficult, but don't get discouraged. Even the elderly in Japan who now do this effortlessly started with support. Over time, each repetition strengthens your hips, knees, and core, while also improving your stability. And here's what many people forget. The day you can no longer get up from the floor is the day you lose part of your independence. That's why this simple action has become one of the most important indicators of vitality and autonomy in old age. Remember Mrs. Akiko, an 84-year-old woman living in Kyoto? She said in an interview that every day when she sits on the floor to arrange her futon, she feels like she's reaffirming her freedom. She says, "As long as I can get up by myself, I know I can still take care of myself." And maybe that's exactly what these Japanese movements are here to teach us. That true youth is not the absence of age, but the presence of autonomy. So try this exercise every day. Sit down and get up from the floor 2 or 3 times, carefully and mindfully. If you can't do it alone, use a chair for support. But try to reduce the support over time. Progress will come, and with it, a powerful sense of confidence. We've reached the 6th and final movement, perhaps the simplest of all, but also the most transformative. The Japanese call it Tenugui hibiki, the towel twisting ritual. It may sound trivial, even childish, but it's considered one of the most closely guarded longevity secrets among Japanese centenarians. Imagine something as simple as holding a towel and twisting it slowly while the rest of your body follows the motion. That's it. But when done daily, with attention and breath, this gesture can reprogram the entire body, improving balance, coordination, and even mental clarity. Sound like an exaggeration? The numbers don't lie. A study that followed 15,000 elderly Japanese people over 20 years showed that those who practiced the towel twist daily for just 2 minutes lived an average of 7 years longer. 7 extra years of life. And not just more years, but years filled with clarity, mobility, and independence. Researchers observed something remarkable. These individuals maintained hand strength, bone density, and trunk stability equivalent to someone 20 years younger. But what makes this simple movement so special? The secret lies in controlled tension. When you grip the towel with both hands and gently pull as if trying to tear it, you activate your deep stabilizing muscles, the ones that usually stay dormant during daily tasks. These muscles support posture, protect the spine, and keep the body steady as you walk, bend, or lift something from the floor. Now add a gentle twist. Slowly rotate your torso to one side while keeping your hips facing forward. Take a deep breath and feel your abdominal and lower back muscles gently contract. Hold for 3 seconds. Return to center and twist to the other side. Want some advice from Japanese centenarians? Do the towel twist twice a day, right after waking up and before going to bed. In the morning, it awakens the body and prepares the nervous system for the day. At night, it helps relax the mind and release accumulated tension. It's like hitting the body's reset button. 2 minutes. That's it. But those 2 minutes can transform your mood, your posture, and even the way your body ages. Try it now. Grab a towel, take a deep breath, and gently pull as if you were stretching it. Twist your torso slowly, feel the controlled tension. Close your eyes for a moment and notice what's happening inside you. Your body loosens, your breathing slows, and your mind calms down. 2 minutes later, you feel renewed. This is Japanese wisdom in its purest form. Simplicity with purpose. They don't move to work out or age better. They move to live better. Every gesture is a reminder that the body was made to flow, not to stiffen. And you, when was the last time you really moved with intention? Not just to exercise, but to feel alive? Maybe now is the time to begin. Don't wait for your body to weaken to seek movement. Start today, with the simple twist of a towel. Remember, aging is not the end of vitality, but the beginning of a new kind of body wisdom. In Japan, centenarians don't live longer because they're stronger. They live longer because they move with awareness. They treat movement as a sacred ritual, a way of thanking their bodies for carrying them every day. And perhaps that's the great lesson. The human body wasn't made to resist time, but to dance with it. After discovering these 6 movements, you may have realized something. None of them require a gym, special clothes, or intense strength. And yet, they deeply transform both body and mind. The Japanese secret isn't about doing more. It's about doing things with presence. They've understood something the Western world is still trying to figure out. Healthy aging doesn't come from rushing, it comes from consistency. Now ask yourself, how much time do you dedicate each day to your body, the instrument that has supported you for decades? Do you treat it with the same care and respect you give to your car, your house, or your job? Most people don't. They only think about the body when it starts to hurt, to fail, to stiffen. But the Japanese do it differently. They move before the pain arrives. That's why even at 90 years old, many of them still climb stairs, ride bicycles, and live independently. They don't wait to lose movement to appreciate it. They celebrate it every single day. And maybe that's the most powerful message of this video. Those who care for the body with intention, care for the mind, and extend the soul. But before you start applying these exercises, there's something very important you need to know. Every body has its own timing. Every person has their own story. If you have pain, limitations, high blood pressure, diabetes, joint issues, or have had surgery, talk to your doctor before starting. These movements are therapeutic and gentle, but they should be adapted to your reality. Always use support, move slowly, respect your body. Remember, pain is not progress. Progress is lightness. You don't have to do all 6 at once. Start with 1. Choose the one that spoke to you the most. Maybe it's Sampo, with its calm and breathing, or balancing on one leg, which challenges both body and mind. Or maybe the simple towel twist, which invites you to breathe and give thanks. The important thing is to start. And when you start feeling the effects, improved balance, reduced pain, lighter sleep, deeper breathing, you'll realize these movements aren't just exercises, they're a way of life. In Japan, they say, "He who bows every day never breaks." It means the body that moves often, with humility and awareness, stays young even as time goes by. Take a deep breath. Feel the air coming in, going out, renewing you. Now imagine yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, still strong, balanced, and clear-minded, walking with confidence, laughing lightly, living with purpose. This is not a distant dream, it's the result of what you do now. Every slow step, every stretch, every twist, every conscious breath is a seed you plant today to harvest tomorrow. And the best part is, the body responds. It wants to move. It wants to heal. It just needs you to listen. Feel the ground beneath your feet, the rhythm of your heart, the lightness that comes when you choose not to surrender to age. Because the truth is this, time passes for everyone, but those who move with wisdom age with power. So tell me, which of these 6 movements will you start today? Write it in the comments. Share your choice. Your example may inspire others to move too. And if this video made you reflect, leave a like and subscribe to the Senior Wellness channel. Here we celebrate the body, the mind, and the spirit of those who know it's never too late to begin again. Share this video with someone you love. Maybe a friend, a father, a mother, someone who needs to remember there's still so much to live for. Because movement is life. And as long as you move, you'll keep growing, learning, evolving. The secret of the Japanese isn't in what they eat, but in what they do every day. They honor the body they have. And now that secret is yours too. Use it wisely, use it with love. And remember, you don't need much to get started. Just 2 minutes and the decision to take care of yourself. Start today. Your body will thank you, and your future will smile at you.